In this video, we're taking you through the painful and emotional trial of Aiden Fucci and how he got 40 years to life. This is Aiden Sean Fucci, 14 at the time, a fellow student at Patriot Oaks, and a neighbor of the victim. Aiden had been harboring a disturbing fascination with murder for a long time. His dark side was revealed later by his friends. They mentioned how he often talked about his sickening plan of dragging a random person into the woods and stabbing them.
He's talked about killing people. He's talked about fighting people. I've seen him practice stabbing motions with his knife. And, I mean, you don't really take any of this stuff as in he's gonna stab and kill somebody because he's just a kid. We're all just kids.
Even Aiden's best friend, who witnessed the dark side of his obsessions, believed that they were merely his way of coping with his violent and neglectful home life. Despite being a minor and the records of his past actions sealed, the state attorney for the 7th Circuit, R.J. Laritza, revealed that Aiden did not have a prior criminal record. However, a report released by the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office in July of 2021 painted a chilling picture of Aiden's violent fantasies. His friends told deputies that he had expressed a desire to mutilate and kill someone, relishing the thought of slitting their throat. He had been a heavy cannabis smoker, perhaps trying to numb the demons that haunted him, but now they were out in the open and there was no turning back. The darkness had consumed him, and Aiden was no longer just a troubled teen with violent tendencies. He became a predator on the night of the 9th of May, 2021, and his prey was 13-year-old Tristan Bailey. She was a bright young cheerleader, full of life and dreams for the future. She was one of 5 children of Stacy and Forrest Bailey, living in the idyllic Durbin Crossing in northwest St. Johns County. On the eve of 9th May 2021, Tristan's name came up in a conversation with Aiden Fucci. He later asked for her number and convinced her to leave home and meet him in a friend's house. Her sister later reported that she was video chatting with some guy wearing a baseball cap. Unfortunately, this was the last time the family saw her. Fucci's story kept changing as he recalled that night in his report, but he finally admitted to being with Tristan at a mutual friend's house and leaving with her at about 1:10 a.m. He claimed they got into an argument, and he pushed her to the ground where she struck her head.
Did she really grab you and you just really pushed her, or was that?
No, she did.
Okay.
You don't know what happened to her after you pushed her?
Did she say ow or get mad?
And she said Aiden. She was like, Aiden? I think I pushed her, but I told her to back on. And she walked off. The only direction she walked? Probably the other way, because she wasn't next to me anymore.
But the truth was far more sinister. The Bailey family reported their daughter missing the next morning, and an urgent missing person alert was issued. But something terrible had happened between 1:15 and 3:30 a.m. Tristan's body was discovered near a retention pond at the end of Saddlestone Drive, south of Jacksonville, at around 6 p.m. that evening. Tragically, Tristan had been stabbed 114 times. The sheriff's department later revealed that she had suffered 49 defensive stab wounds on her arms and right hand. This was not a murderous stab. This was a lustful stab, as if someone wanted to keep doing it just to relive that twisted feeling. That someone lived half a mile from her house and was arrested that night while the search for Tristan was still underway. Aiden smirked as he sat in the back of the patrol car, snapping a selfie and uploading it to Snapchat. His twisted mind found humor in the situation, and he typed a chilling caption that said, quote, "Hey guys, has anybody seen Tristan lately?" Now we're wondering, just like you are, about how and why he was allowed to have a phone in a patrol car. That's a discussion for another time. As investigators dug into the case, they uncovered a disturbing trail of evidence pointing to Fucci's guilt. Snapchat videos taken in the police vehicle showed him grinning maniacally, reveling in his own arrest.
Having fun in a f***ing cop car.
Yeah. Even more chilling was a message that popped up on Fucci's Snapchat after his phone was confiscated. Someone had responded to his selfie, accusing him of being involved in Tristan's disappearance. The The message read, quote, "You were with her, Aiden. You know what happened to her." Then came the security video from the nearby residence, which showed Bailey and Fucci walking together. You can see the timestamp showing 12:16 at night. Then, just an hour and a half later, was this footage, showing Aiden Fucci running away from the woods where the body was found. Also in his home were wet shoes and clothing with blood on them in his room, blood and dirt on the drain by the bathroom sink, and wet denim jeans in a laundry basket. An empty knife sheath was found in his room, and a notebook with violent drawings. Cell phone records and emails, Snapchats, recorded phone calls and texts from jail, and interviews with friends, family, teachers, and fellow inmates all became further evidence in the case. Back at Fucci's house, investigators found a buck knife sheath in his bedroom, along with a blood-stained Nike shoe, a t-shirt with blood on it, and a piece of paper with what appeared to be blood on it. But the real smoking gun was the buck knife they found in a nearby pond. The same type of knife that was used to stab Tristan Bailey 114 times, leaving 49 defensive wounds on her arms and right hand. This jeans part is very important, as it implicates someone else in the act, too. That night, Fucci was placed with his parents in a recorded St. Johns County Sheriff's Office holding room. This was not just a room of concerned parents questioning their son, but a reminder to Fucci of how bad all this looks.
You know, they found this girl, right?
Where?
In our neighborhood. Down our main street.
Is she good?
No,
No,
she's not.
she's dead. That's why this is very important. It's all on you right now.
What is my problem?
You were
You
the
were
last
the
one
last
with her.
one seen with her. So right now, it's facing you right now, son.
Can you tell me anything different about her that we don't know about? No. Do you know if this girl got picked up?
I told him about her dealer.
You think she got picked up by him?
Probably. She said she wouldn't come home. She said she's gonna find somebody to stay
Like
at
she
her
left her
house.
there walking? Like you think she got picked up after that? She just kept walking?
Probably. I don't know.
Do you know if she turned the other direction or she was just still walking behind you?
She pushed her down and you walked away. We shouldn't be talking.
I was just asking what he told the cops. I was just
Understand.
asking what he told them. You want khakis or clothing?
And blue jeans.
The reason his mother asked about the jeans was that she did what any mother would do, try to cover up her son's evidence. If he got home, changed, and threw his pants in the laundry bin, there must have been traces of blood on them. So his mother, Crystal Smith, allegedly washed the blood off his jeans. Security footage from her house confirms her doing so. The police found the jeans in his bedroom during a search, and the jeans and the drain of the bathroom sink tested positive for the presence of blood. His mother was later charged with tampering with evidence. So far, the evidence was enough to seal his fate. Aiden Fucci was charged with second-degree murder and held without bail. And about 3 weeks after his arrest, the charges were upgraded to first-degree murder and had to spend 20 months in Duval County Jail awaiting trial. As soon as Fucci was locked up, he knew he had to establish his dominance. He started by picking fights with other inmates, showing them that he was not afraid to throw a punch. But he didn't stop there. He threatened to stab one of his fellow teen inmates right in the face, claiming that he would do it without any hesitation. It didn't take long for Fucci to earn a reputation as one of the most dangerous inmates in the entire facility. He was constantly in trouble, getting into fights and causing chaos. The corrections officers quickly learned to keep an extra close eye on him, but even that wasn't enough to stop his reign of terror. Fucci would often bully other inmates out of their commissary items, taking what he wanted without any regard for anyone else. He was combative with guards, and he would often make threats against them, daring them to try and stop him. But they didn't back down. In fact, they had to pepper spray him on more than one occasion just to get him under control. One fellow inmate claimed that Fucci had boasted about stabbing a girl face to face, asserting that this made him quote-unquote real. As the weeks turned into months, Fucci's behavior only got worse, and it was about to get far more worse come his trial, which was scheduled for 2023.
This jar now holds 114 stones, one for each of the 114 stab wounds that my sister had to endure. The duty of this court today is to determine and weigh all the factors in this case, to decide the just sentence for the crimes Aiden Fucci committed, with retribution and potential rehabilitation sadly being considered. The only justifiable sentence in this case is a full life sentence.
If it were possible, I would plead the court to give a harsher sentence than life. But in the light of the current state of the law, I can only hope that he will be given the maximum sentence. I add this stone for the hope and belief I had in people being good that died the day that Aiden Fucci murdered my sister.
Mr. Fucci, having entered a plea of guilty to the crime of first-degree murder, I adjudicate you guilty of the premeditated first-degree murder of Tristan Bailey. I sentence you to life in prison. Because of your age, you are eligible for review of the sentence.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the Bailey family, and we hope that teen killers like Aiden Fucci get no less than life behind bars.